Did you know that The Hobbit is a prequel to the Lord of the Rings trilogy? This is the Hobbit Hole. I'm Matthew.
I'm Late,
I'm Major.
I'm Janice.
and today we're going to talk about the story of the Hobbit through the arrival to meeting Smug to the end of the story.
So first of all, we left off on chapter 8, Flies and Spiders.
The group goes fights multiple spiders until they're eventually captured by owls.
Once they're captured by owls, they fight a brave battle and end up escaping.
After that, the group is able to escape the elves through putting themselves in barrels and going through down a lake to Lake Town. They are eventually welcomed by the people and well fed until they all feel better. Then the group is went to the goes to the mountains to where Smug stays religiously. After some trial and error, they're able to find the secret passageway to Smug. Then after that, there was a big conflict between the riches and gold, between like 5 armies. But during the conflict, Bilbo was passed out, and after Bilbo wakes up, he learns about that the dwarves, humans, and the other race has won the war. And after that, he goes back to his hobbit hole, and everything ends.
During the battle, Thorin, Fili, and Kili are killed, and Thorin is buried with the Arkenstone, one of the most valuable treasures from Smaug's lair.
We're going to move on to theme. Our universal theme is teamwork. Whenever something is too challenging for a singular person, teamwork will always persevere. In The Hobbit, many times throughout the story, such as on page 279, when it says, "For once, dwarves and men and elves were one of mind and fought together." This explicitly shows that they set aside their differences and used teamwork to fight a common enemy together. Another time teamwork is shown is from page 150 to 156. This section shows Bilbo and his bravery fighting off the spiders to rescue his team of dwarves, benefiting all of them, not just himself.
My universal theme was heroism. Heroism is to show qualities of hero, such as courage and bravery and strength. An example of heroism was in chapter Fire and Water, chapter 14. From page 249 to 250, Bard shows his heroism by using the black arrow to defeat Smaug and save Lake Town and all the humans inside of it. Another example is in Barrels Out of Bond, chapter 9. Bilbo unexpectedly saves all the dwarves by coming up with a plan to hide everyone in barrels and float them all to Lake Town.
My topic is perseverance, and my topic statement is perseverance is needed to successfully fulfill your goals. Even when Bilbo wanted to go home, he still worked hard to support the others and get the treasure. On page 32, Bilbo wished he was at home in his nice hole by the fire with the kettle just beginning to simmer. Even though he wanted to go home, he stayed. Throughout the whole book, he expressed these same feelings, but he powered through and he didn't let these feelings stop him from continuing on. Without his perseverance, they all wouldn't be able to defeat Smaug and get the treasure. Before reaching Smaug, on page 204, none of them had much spirit left. Now, strange to say, Mr. Baggins had more than others. This spirit led Bilbo to continue looking for Smaug. Without Bilbo's motivation, they would have had much more trouble finding Smaug. Bilbo's perseverance all throughout the book is how they made it as far as they did. Bilbo tried and kept thinking even when everybody else gave up. That's why perseverance is so important.
My universal theme is about bravery. Once any challenges rise up, the only way to oppose it is to stand up and be brave. The main character that evokes this is Bilbo. He goes through a big character journey that shows that he becomes more brave and brave around the book. In page 157, he's able to save Bombor from a spider and kill it, and this shows that he is changed during he's changed a lot during the book and showing character development, and also in page 219 he's able to come up like with a plan to, and like he shows like examples of leadership, shows examples to leadership to the dwarves, gaining their respect and showing how he has changed.
So, which themes do you think are like connected the most?
I think bravery and perseverance is like the main things that are like connected the most.
I also think that bravery and teamwork are connected because if you want to have teamwork, you kind of have to have bravery to work with the rest of your team.
Yeah, and I think like heroism also branches off to bravery because that's like a quality of heroes.
Yeah.
Who had the best character development throughout the book?
Definitely Bilbo, because like at the start of the book, he was a bit more timid, or like he wouldn't go up to smug at the beginning of the book, but like through the multiple challenges he has to face in the book, he eventually develops and shows his true side.
I think like in the beginning of the book, Bilbo expresses like how he wants to go home like the whole time, and near the end of the book, he like shows that he cares about like everybody else and is willing to like risk his life to save them.
And like, what do you think was changed by like the treasure the most?
I don't know. I thought that the three different armies fighting for it, I thought that was weird because they didn't seem to have any problem with each other until that treasure came out. I feel like they all got greedy as that happened.
Yeah, I think like one thing that we missed was like about greed and its like negative effects, basically like that. We see that like more in the like last few chapters of the book. For example, like Smug, like that's the big bad. He's rich and greedy, but that eventually leads to his defeat. And multiple people that were shown to be greedy eventually like is defeated or like die.
So, what do you think like which character like resonates with your topic the most? One topic.
Bilbo. He goes through a big character journey throughout the book.
Yeah, I think like Bilbo, he's a main character, so it's given that he shares a lot of qualities.
Yeah, definitely for mine is also Bilbo because like throughout the whole book he was also like persevering and kept trying even though everybody else wanted to.
Like, who is your favorite character? For me, it was Gandalf.
Definitely Bilbo.
Yeah, for me, I would say it's Bilbo too. I think I like the way that Bilbo changed throughout the book. I know we keep talking about that, but he really did. He basically went from 0 to hero, like people say all the time.
Would you recommend this book to other readers? And do you personally think it resonates with you, or like do you like it?
I like the book, but I think like at sometimes it's a little hard to like understand and like follow along with. So I don't know if I would like read it again, but I think if you're into like wizards and stuff, that would be really good.
Like I think like Tolkien uses like a lot of like fantasy language.
Yeah.
The language is pretty like hard to understand.
I like the book, but I thought it got slow sometimes. I thought there was a lot, like maybe too many fight scenes. I feel like they could have cut some of that out, made it a little bit shorter, and it would have been a more interesting read.
Especially in the beginning, like after like they go from the goblins, they had to fight they meet the elves, and it keeps going on and on. I would recommend this to someone who wants to start fantasy or something.
Yeah, I would also recommend it to somebody that maybe wants to watch The Lord of the Rings and their future life, just to get started on it.
So this was the end of Hobbit Hole. Thank you for like Ms. Dobbins for watching this podcast.